Okay. The FBI arrested 9 people in connection with a violent robbery and kidnapping at a Dallas recording studio. Good evening. I'm Clarice Tinsley. Investigators say the main suspect, a Memphis rapper known as Pooh Shiesty, The FBI arrested 9 people in connection with a violent. People in.
This is T-Spelling TV. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Today we are talking about Pooh Shiesty. Okay? So let's get into it. We're gonna get into this video and we're gonna just break it down. Y'all can let me know in the comments, what y'all think about it, how y'all feel about it, and things in that nature.
The FBI arrested 9 people in connection with a violent robbery and kidnapping at a Dallas recording studio. Good evening. I'm Clarice Tinsley. Investigators say the main suspect, a Memphis rapper known as Pooh Shiesty, held a group of musicians at gunpoint during a dispute over a recording contract. Fox 4's Alex Boyer is live with details. Hi, Alex.
Hey, Clarice, this is certainly a crazy story. According to that complaint, he, along with his father and 7 others, traveled to Dallas back in January to go to a recording studio to meet up for a purported business meeting. But once there, the rapper allegedly held a record executive at gunpoint over that record deal dispute. From rapper to accused kidnapper, Lontrell Williams Jr., known as Pooh Shiesty, seen here in his YouTube video, is under arrest for allegedly assaulting the owner of his record label, New 1017 Records, during a purported business meeting in Dallas back on January 10th. At the time of the incident, he was on house arrest for a previous unrelated crime.
Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint.
Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators lured the 3 victims to a Dallas recording studio. The gist of it is this: Williams wanted out of his contract with New 1017 Records, which is owned by fellow rapper Gucci Mane. Federal investigators say Williams pointed an AK-style weapon to the head of the victim, identified in the complaint by his initials RD, and forced that person to sign a release to his recording contract.
We're gonna pause there right there. We're gonna pause there right there. And one thing about how I feel about it is Pooh Shiesty signed this record deal. Pooh Shiesty already knew what was in that contract. But since he wanted the money so bad or whatever, he needed the money so bad that, he didn't read it all the way through correctly. And I was saying in my last video that he could have got a lawyer to um to read it thoroughly, not just sign something or read a little bit of it, but read everything thoroughly. Because you don't know, you might change your mind about being with Gucci Mane for a certain amount of time. But if that contract saying differently, then it's a totally different thing. So let's get back into it.
Gucci Mane's real name is Radrick Davis, which matches the victim's initials. The group also reportedly stole expensive watches and jewelry from the victims before taking off. Investigators say they posted these pics on social media.
One of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness.
A picture of one of the victims' injuries was also included in the federal complaint. The co-defendants include another Memphis rapper, Big 30, and Lontrell Williams.
We're gonna pause. We're gonna pause that right there. Now they did all of this. I feel like Pooh Shiesty was a crash out dummy for this. Like, I'm saying, what was all this for? Like, I know it was about the contract and you making him trying to sign a contract that, under his will, basically. You trying to make him putting the gun to his head, making sure, what I'm saying, he get it signed. Big 30, he made, what I'm saying, he making sure, the camera seeing everything where Gucci Mane signing it and everything like that, but he been made to sign it. He been forced to sign it. And it was all for to get with Gotti, to get on Gotti platform, to be in, with them, the CMG team. But I knew this all wasn't, it was gonna play out like really, really dumb, because like it did. It played out really, really dumb. Now, Ceddy Nance did come out and say what had happened. He did. He was the first one came out and said it, before anything had broke the news, anything. He was the first one came out and said everything. About Gucci Mane got robbed by Pooh Shiesty. The people was with Pooh Shiesty, okay? And so that was definitely was said. And that was definitely was true. And then AK-47 came behind him and said the same thing. But he was AK-47. He was not really completely, like, with setting hands a little bit. But he was, but I'm saying, but he wasn't, because he wanted to have his own thing to where he know the truth, okay? So shout out to them boys, okay? Shout out to both of them. But I just feel like precisely wasted his time. He wasted everything. Everything. Like it wasn't even worth it. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't even worth it of doing. Like you might well should have just killed them at this point. You did all of this and you might as well should have killed them. Because it didn't make sense. It was a messed up move. It was a messed up move. It was definitely messed up. I'm just sorry to say it was definitely messed up. And I just don't see like how they just went about all of this like that. Like they didn't think it over. They didn't really think this over really good. Some people saying that the daddy started out, put it in place and stuff like that. But end of the day, Pooh Shiesty knew what he was doing. He already had it planned it. He just wanted to get out that contract and and that's what it was. And he still ain't gonna be out of that contract. You just out here and force somebody to sign something and all of this and that, and you still gonna be right in Gucci Mane arms because Gucci Mane gonna reach all the benefits off of him, all the benefits. Because another thing too is Gucci Mane is under a label himself. Gucci Mane is under a label himself, and if he getting Pooh Shiesty uh money and things of that nature, to do albums and do this music, right? If he getting it from the people that the record label that he under and all of that, then he need him to work because he got to get this money back. Cause they're gonna be looking at him. He got to get this money back some kind of way. So that's all I'm saying about it or whatever. It just was a messed up move. They didn't have to do the white man like that. When you're dealing with a robbery, it's either you get killed or you get, it's some stuff happening to you when there's a robbery going on. I hate that Pooh Shiesty went this way. He had a big career. Like, why would you do this? Why would you do this to you done came from the trenches, you know what I'm saying? You done came from the hood. And you know how it feels. You know what you went through and things in that nature. And not having no money and just but you choose this type of life. Now you just don't we just don't know. Like now you might be going back to the hood some kind of way. Or not I don't say just go you're gonna be going back to the hood, he gonna be going back to the hood, but it's a possibility. But they saying Pooh Shiesty looking at 32 to life, but I don't think he gonna get life. I don't think he gonna get life. I think they gonna give him because he already on parole and things in that nature. I think they're gonna give him like probably like maybe 40 to 60 years or something like that. But I don't think they're gonna give him life. But he could get life. Um, I think that as a father, as Pooh Shiesty daddy, I think as a father, he should have been like, son, this ain't no good idea. This ain't no good idea to get out of a contract because you should have read that contract. You should have read that contract thoroughly, son. If you even had to had a lawyer to read it, you should have read it thoroughly. And Precisely didn't do that. Like a lot of rappers didn't do that. Just like Finesse Two Time didn't do that. When they see a lot of money on the line, they see a lot of money, they forget about reading. They forget about a lawyer reading. They looking at this moment, at this time, like, this is what I need right now. This it and this all. They don't look at the outcomes of how they can really break them. Jay Prince is not gonna let Finesse Two Time out of that contract either. He gotta do his work. They're just plain simply, okay? Is that. But anyway, but like I was saying, was Pooh Shiesty daddy wasn't a daddy. He was basically about that life. If he wasn't about that type of life, he was about that type of life at that day. I mean that day he was. But like I was saying, like as a father, he should have been like, Pooh Shiesty, man, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth your life. It's not worth you going back to the pen. It's not worth it you just getting a couple of years, going to the pen, getting a couple of years. It's not worth it, son. And you won't be able to do no more music. You won't be able to do nothing, really. You in jail. You know what I'm saying? You in jail. You in prison. People gonna forget about you. People ain't gonna be studying you no more. Like, okay, what was all that for? And you still didn't get nowhere. And then a lot of people saying Gucci Mane's a rat. He went and told. Let me say y'all this. Let me break this down like this, okay? If Gucci Mane did go and say, did a report, which he should, which anybody should, anybody online, they all this talking about Gucci Mane's a snitch, this and this and that. But let me say this: if Gucci Mane, if okay, they say Gucci Mane is a snitch, right? They will be a snitch too. Because if somebody go and steal their car, somebody go steal this and that out their house or anything, they're gonna go and call the police, making a report, and try to see who got their things, right? But so if okay, they saying Gucci Mane's a street nigga, this and that, he should go by code and this and this and that. Forget all of this. That's out of the window. That's out of the door. That's out of the window. I don't believe in it. If somebody rob him like Pooh Shiesty did his own artist, hell yeah, you going down, nigga. Hell yeah, I'm going to and hell yeah, I'm going and do what I need to do because you got me fucked up right now. You can sit here and did this shit. You know how this shit go. Oh, you fucked up, nigga. You fucked up in the head, and the mind, and soul, and everything else. Doing shit like this to me, for real, for real. Like that's how I feel. Like how Gucci Mane feel or whatever. Y'all talking about all this knick-knack shit, talking about snitch, 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 and all this shit. See, Gucci Mane ain't trying to hear that bullshit. Like, there's some shit y'all need to be talking about, talking to Pooh Shiesty. Like, what the fuck you do, man? Why you do that? Like, you did some old cricket ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? But I just feel like Gucci Mane is not no snitch. If he did, report his stuff stolen, or he got robbed by his own artists and things of that nature, I just feel like he is not a snitch. That's not snitching. They just letting the person know I got robbed by my artist. Like, you can't go around it. I mean, it's clear as day. It was cameras all the way around. Yeah. So you cannot go around it. I mean, I don't care what nobody say. I don't think the man is no snitch. They saying the white boy, the one that who got cut on the neck or whatever. They saying that he might have went and told things of that nature, which he should, which anybody would. Anybody will say anything on the internet, what they won't do, and they clearly be doing the opposite, just like that white dude did or Gucci Mane did. Because I'm quite sure Gucci Mane still had to come and say, yeah, my artist, Pooh Shiesty, did rob me, and he was trying to get me to let him out of the contract, and we can't do that because it's no, he ain't put in the work. He ain't put in the work. He got to put in the work. Yes, they got to get their money back. What they done gave him, they ain't got none of that back. They might got some of it back, but they ain't get all of it. And so that's all I feel. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about this situation. It was just a messed up situation, for real, for real. And I knew when they raided his daddy house in Memphis, Tennessee, in Cordova, when they had them boxes, brown bags, I knew they had something in them that they needed. Yeah, they took the daddy to jail. Hmm. I knew it. I knew they was gonna come out with something. Hmm. And the neighbor saying, they didn't have no sirens on. They didn't, like I said, they came like a thief of the night. A thief of the night. That's how they came. They ain't coming to try to let you know nothing. The feds ain't coming to let you know a goddamn thing. Because they don't need you to be running and hiding and hiding shit and all that. They don't need you to be doing that. They don't want you to be doing that. Because that's exactly what they was. They would have did. Yeah. And then the dumb suckers that was with precisely the one who was there with him. They up there online, you know, got the watches on and all that. After y'all done robbed this man for his jewelry, y'all on the internet. That's how dumb and slow and retarded that this was. They get on the internet with Gucci Mane, all his jewelry and stuff, like it's nothing. Like he gave it to him and, you know, high fived him. Like, really? Like, you gotta be a bold motherfucker to do some shit like that and don't give a damn until you catch some damn charge. And that's when you're really gonna be giving the damn damn. I hope they stick it to them motherfuckers. Precisely, all of them. Big 30, even though Big 30 didn't really do nothing, but he was still there and he know what was going on. That's why he gonna get charged as well, because he knew what they was doing by the robbery and all that. He knew what was about to happen. He knew. That's why he was there. He might as well put a gun on Gucci Mane too. He might as well did it all. You was there. You was standing by the door. You were doing all this shit. You didn't do nothing to him or nothing. You didn't take nothing, but you was still there. You didn't try to call no police. You ain't try to do shit. So you might as well should have just did what they did. Hit him side the head. You could have just pinched his ass. You could did anything to Gucci Mane. You was still there. So they took some money from what, $10,000 from Gucci Mane. All of that. Gucci Mane knew that something was going on. That's why I think he always have securities all the way, but he had a undercover cop, and he wasn't a cop no more, but he was an undercover, and so that's what I think about that, you guys. Like it's crazy. It's just crazy, and they still weren't able to really do nothing. The two people that Gucci Mane had with them, two, three, whatever they was, it was like they couldn't really do nothing because there was so many of the people that Pooh Shiesty had. It was so many of them. They like, shit, we can't do a goddamn thing for you, Gucci Mane, right now. Shit, we finna get our ass tore up, get our ass fucked off. Shit, we can get killed right now. Like, but I just feel like there was just a lot going on at that time, that moment. It didn't even have to be none of that. It did not have to be. And I'm saying, by him trying to get on with Gotti and stuff like that, Gotti probably gave him some money. But Gotti probably told him, if Gotti didn't give him no money, Gotti probably said, "Hey, I'm gonna give you this amount of millions," and or he could have gave it to him. Some people say he gave it to Pooh Shiesty. He gave him the money, and he thought, Gotti thought that Pooh Shiesty was out of the deal, but he wasn't. So it's just a lot. It's a lot going on with that. So but I just still don't believe that Gotti gave Precisely no money. I really don't believe. I believe he probably told him he was gonna give him the millions that he gonna give him if he fully out of that contract. But I don't think Gotti is smart now. I ain't finna sit here and just listen to that one right there. I think Gotti is too fucking smart for his own good. That he is not finna do nothing like that. He gotta make sure this right, that right, this right, and the third right. I just don't think that he gave Pooh Shiesty no money, right? Like he had to make sure everything was in quarter in line before all that, take place. I think Precisely wanted to just be out of that contract with Gucci Mane so bad that he had to do whatever he had to do to force him, because he know that was the only thing that he was gonna be able to do to get out that contract, is forcing him to sign it. He didn't give a damn how he was going to get it done. He had to do it however he wanted to do it. But I just nothing. I just know nothing was good was going to come behind this. And they. I mean, Pooh Shiesty, he was gaming on Twitch like it was nothing. Like he hadn't did nothing. Like he had nothing going on. Like it was nothing. Like he had no worries. Like about nothing. And what she should have been worried, because I just still don't understand, like, for people to be human beings and to rob somebody that's a celebrity, that is a rapper. You a rapper. You did these things. You the one didn't read the contract all the way. If you read a little something, you didn't read it all. and you put your own self in these positions. You can't get mad at nobody else. You can't force nobody to do nothing that you agreed to. And that's just a shame. That's just a shame, you know. And it happens to a lot of rappers. A lot of rappers. A lot of singers as well. But it mostly happens to rappers because they don't read. Don't just get any lawyer to read your stuff. Get the right one to read it. Because you got the lawyers that in the industry will do some dirty shit too. Don't read it right and then still how you signing this shit and you still don't know what the fuck you got yourself into. But it's best to read that shit thoroughly your damn self. And stop being so happy-minded to get money. Because money is all evil, the rule of all evil. And that's the truth. Pooh Shiesty deserves to be in jail, to be in the pen for what he have done. He deserves it. Him and all the people that he had with him to do this. His daddy, everybody. Ain't nothing cool about that. Ain't nothing real about that. Yeah, you definitely was slimy with it. You definitely was. He definitely was slimy. And I just feel like Pooh Shiesty, I feel like everything was about him. It was just going to be, you know, going to the ground anyway. It was going to eventually, he was going to eventually just go away anyway. Go away. Because I'm talking about his career. Because everything that he does is just nonsense. Like the stuff that he talk about is just fucking nonsense. Guns. Like, but that's what everybody want to hear nowadays. Everybody want to hear about guns, 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 and that's what's killing everybody. They need to take the damn guns away. They really, really do. Now I know it's one country that they don't have guns. The only person that have guns is the policeman. But the people do not have guns. And I bet it's more or less crime too. Now a person still can kill somebody without a gun, but still it'd be more of it if a gun involved. But and I just feel like it was just a dumb move, a dumb completely move. That's what I feel. It was a dumb complete move. That's how I feel. You locked up, you can't do shit. You can't make no music, you can't do nothing. I'm trying to figure out what was that all for. You didn't get nowhere. You still didn't get nowhere. Now you got a lot of charges over your head and all you finna serve some time. And ain't nobody gonna be fucked up about you, Pooh Shiesty. Ain't nobody gonna be fucked up about you, man. Ain't nobody gonna be studying you. They're gonna be on to the next new person to come out. Nobody gonna be studying you no more. Ain't nobody gonna be studying no more. Everybody gonna be on to the next new hottest person. That's it. That's how it goes. But yeah, it's just sad. It's just sad. It's just really really sad how us black people make ourselves look. because of something we did. We go do stupid shit like this. This was very stupid of both sides. It is bad. It's a little team. They had Big 30 and you know, he was just a little yes man. I mean the big yes man. That- I'm like, Lord Jesus, what is going on here? Like, it's crazy. It's just so crazy to me. It's just we don't say it's unbelievable, but it's just precisely like, come on, dude. You did not have to do that. I feel like I feel like this. If you were so much a street nigga, you should have had somebody else to do it, and they still could have had Gucci Mane to sign over this and that. It could have happened. It could have happened a different type of way. Let them motherfucking go down, not you. You the motherfucking breadwinner. Was y'all fucking thinking? Oh, y'all some motherfucking real crash out dummies. They some real fucking crash out dummies. They should have thought that out really thoroughly. They didn't think that out right. And they should have known Gucci Mane was gonna come with some security, make sure some cameras was around. He rich as hell. So why would he? I ain't gonna even lie. If I was Gucci Mane, I would have came with about 30 motherfucking securities. Fuck you mean? I would have came with 30 securities. I'm talking about I would have been security up. I don't trust you, motherfucker. I don't trust you. That's how I would have been. Like real talk. You gonna have to show me what you know, motherfucker. You have to show me you and your boys gonna have to show me what somebody gonna die this motherfucker. You ain't finna take shit of mine and you ain't finna make me sign shit that you the one agreed to. Because your ass wanted some money. Your ass needed some money. You was a broke motherfucker. Not me. But that's how that's how the game plays out. And Pooh Shiesty, I don't think he would never ever do this again. Cause all this stuff that you done, it just don't make sense. It didn't make sense. You didn't think about it really good. And then you got all these young niggas and shit. Like you got young niggas. It just don't make sense. It don't make sense at all to me.
Williams Sr., Pooh Shiesty's dad. Our sister station in Memphis was there on Wednesday when the FBI executed a search warrant on the senior Williams' home. Dad reportedly set up the meeting between his son and the victims. Neighbors reacted to the early morning raid.
I heard them say, come out with your hands up. We've got a warrant.
Our office collaborated with multiple law enforcement agencies and other FBI offices to carry out this investigation that ultimately led to these arrests.
Meanwhile, the FBI says it is still searching for one more suspect believed to be in the Georgia area. I can tell you that the defendants face a wide range of charges, including kidnapping and robbery.
That is crazy. That is crazy. But the thing is, they thought that I can not believe they thought that they wasn't gonna get caught. They thought that they was not gonna get caught. And I don't see how the hell they thought that. They should have known. You robbing Gucci Mane? You robbing Gucci Mane? Really? I knew that wasn't gonna be. I knew that wasn't gonna come out right too good. Gucci Mane was already getting stuff in plan, like as far as getting all his evidence um from the cameras and stuff like that. Y'all, I just knew this wasn't gonna go well, okay? But I do believe Gucci Mane might have which he should, like I said, always I said from the get go, which he should go and make sure that he get them arrested. It was just a matter of time, because they needed the evidence and stuff to make sure that there was some Pooh Shiesty, the people that was with him, and things in that nature before they go and do all these things. Um, I just feel like there was I'm gonna say a crackhead move. It was a crackhead move or Pooh Shiesty. It was a crackhead move. It was a crackhead move. That was a crackhead move, and whoever thought that out, they need to be real deal in the pen for real. Mm-mm. There's no way that should have went down like that. That's crazy. I wondered it like was Pooh Shiesty the people that were with him. I wondered did they was they was just standing right there like inside the place, or was they did they come out the back room or something? Like no, they know that they was out already. They was out. They was out. They was already out. But it's just this is a messed up type of deal, okay? I knew it wasn't gonna go too well. Gucci Mane? Really? Did y'all really think y'all gonna do y'all big one on that? Uh-uh. Was not. But yeah, that was a shame. That was a shame right there. I just too much going on. Way too much going on. Mhm. Um, it was just too much. Y'all shout out to AK-47 and Setting Ants. Shout out to them boys. They be breaking the news. You heard me? They be getting their research the way they be getting their research, okay? And they be getting their hands down. And the game splitter too. Shout out to the game splitter as well. All the people that do this right here. Shout out to all those people that break the news on celebrities. You ain't no celebrity. Shout out to everybody. Not just certain people, but everybody. And yep. Mm, it's all over my face. But um yeah, and he I just thought Pooh Shiesty was gonna be out, get out and have some, have a great time and with his music and um just be a great person. And he didn't Pooh Shiesty didn't really look like a dude that like gets in trouble with guns and shit like that. He didn't look like that to me. He looked like just a normal type guy, normal type dude. He don't look like nobody that's gonna gonna bust something. I mean, anybody. Anybody can look like they won't do something and they'll do it. Um, yeah, yeah. Anybody can look like they won't do something and they'll do it. So you can't put that past nobody. But I had good grace about him. I ain't gonna lie, I had good grace about Pooh Shiesty. I had good grace about him. I feel like they should give him at least about 15 to 20 years flat, maybe 30. I say 30 or 40 years flat. No getting going in no facility and um halfway house and all that shit. That ain't he need to be with the regular folks at. Mm-mm. That's exactly where he needs to be. That's exactly where he needs to be. They need to make them do it flat instead of them just giving them time and then cutting in half. They do a little in the pen and then they get back out on parole, and stuff like that. No, they need to make them do it flat. Make them feel what they've done. So a lot of people don't feel what they done when they know they can get out in 2 or 3 years, something like that, and then and then just be on parole because of what they done. No, mm-mm. Everybody don't last on parole, okay? Because some people don't even last a couple days on parole, or when they out, they still do shit. So I feel like Pooh Shiesty need to do it flat all the time. Whatever time they gonna give him, he need to do it flat. He need to do it flat. They need to make him do it flat. Show that motherfucker something. Show them not just him, but anybody. When you out here robbing motherfuckers and you doing shit, cause you know what I'm saying, and it was all your fault because of what you signed, what you agreed to. No, he need to do that shit flat for real. Show him, and not just him. I'm saying, not just him. Everybody that who do the shit that he do. I don't put nothing past him. I don't put nothing past. I thought Pooh Shiesty was a good dude, like a straight type dude. Like I never thought he would do some shit like this though. They not finna Gucci man ain't finna let you out no contract. Why should he? I wouldn't. If you signed it, you supposed to been read. You supposed to been read and you signed it. Whatever on this contract, that is what it is. You agreed to it. When you know that you all this money was up front, that's all he was looking at the money. That's all. That's all. That's all it was. He was looking at the money at the time. He's like, fuck what it say on the contract. I see all these digits, okay? I see the fucking digits. That's what I'm thinking about. That's what I want. The digits. Fuck what's going on in that contract. I read that some other time. When he feel like it. When he wanna get out of it. That's when he probably read through it and knew that it was Gucci Mane was not doing that. And he knew he wasn't gonna be able to get up out of there. These motherfuckers be acting like they got so much. So much. These rappers act like they got so much. They be renting that shit. What a lot of people don't know, that these folks be renting that shit to make it look like they got this, that, and third. Some people might have, the things that they show or whatever, but a lot of times they be renting it just to show it. Fuck all that. If you gotta do all that, you don't need to show this shit. If you gotta you gotta fake it to make it look like you really got it. Oh hell no. Mm-mm. So you just ain't ready to pay that big amount of money for it. Now he done bought cars and shit like that, but Pooh Shiesty got some shit repoed too. That shit ain't always hit. All that shit ain't all his. He make that shit look like it his, but that shit ain't his. Anybody can make something look like it is theirs, but it don't be theirs. I can go get a motherfucking look what? Go spend beside somebody's damn house with a garage, two garages on that motherfucker, and act like it's mine. I can go somewhere, like I'm finna go get a fucking car. If I got, I got a plug or whatever, and like I'm really finna get this shit. Or a house. A nice ass house. I know I ain't finna, I can't even afford this motherfucking shit. But I want to look good to people eyes, and be like, oh, T Spilling got this, or T Spilling riding this, or T Spilling living like this. Like it's easy to do that type of shit. It's easy, but can you maintain it? Can you maintain their lifestyle? You have to maintain their lifestyle. Who the hell can drive like 6 cars? Who the hell can drive them many cars? They're having your garages or your driveway to be made like a circle, like all the way around like a circle, like a U, whatever. Who can drive that many cars? Because we all know that when you have so many cars, you're not going to be able to drive all those cars. Some of them cars gonna be something wrong where it ain't even probably cranking up. It's just there for just to look good. Because it's a car set somewhere set. Is there something wrong with it or something trying to go wrong with it? Because it's not been drove enough. Yeah. But they can't see the rappers, they can't fool me. They cannot fool me. They cannot fool me. The things that they act like they got and things and then some of them do got, some of this stuff, but not all of it. Like a lot of that jewelry they have on. A lot of that be rented just for show. Or they just don't want to pay that all that amount. Some of it is, they done bought it. Some of it they have not. But I know Pooh Shiesty was gonna pay for this. He was gonna pay. He was gonna pay. Gucci Mane already had it all in plan. Okay, all in plan. I'm talking about when after they robbed him. I believe Gucci Mane called the police, reported it like he should. I could be wrong, but who the hell? And hold on now, a rich man, a fucking rich man. You think he ain't gonna report nothing and he like to say and he want his shit back? You think he ain't gonna report his shit? I don't give a damn how real you is. You gonna report your shit. And that's real. I don't give a damn. A rich man is cheap. Cheap as fuck. And people think that Gucci Mane don't supposed to say nothing. Oh, he a snitch, this that. No. That's just a real ass nigga. They're gonna call the police. Once he get wherever he going, call the fucking police and report his shit and report that he got robbed and got forced to sign somebody out of a contract. Who the hell ain't gonna do that? You gotta be one stupid motherfucker. Just for people to say, oh, yeah, she's spilling, she got robbed and this, got robbed for all her jewelry, this and that, and she ain't going no police or nothing. Who the hell finna do that? Hell no. If I still got my motherfucking life, nigga, you ass finna get told on. Fuck you mean? Your ass finna get told on. I need mine. Like you need yours, I need mine. Thank you for letting me have my life, but now you ain't finna, make me, what I'm saying, sign some shit that I do not agree with, or you already know that I ain't finna, what I'm saying, you know, say yeah to this shit. And when I know what comes when I know what comes behind this shit, that you gotta work yourself out of this contract. You gotta put in work. Ain't no just getting up out of that shit. What the fuck he thought he was? What the fuck he thought that was? Was he slow or something? Was Pooh Shiesty slow or something? He had to been slow or mental or something in the motherfucking mind to think Gucci Mane gonna let him out of a contract or something like that. Nah, that's why he did what he did because he already knew. He already knew that shit wasn't finna happen like that. That shit wasn't finna. Gucci Mane wasn't finna be like, yeah, man, yeah, I can sign you up out of here, this and that. Mm-mm. But everybody want to be a rapper. Everybody want to be this. Everybody want to be that. Make sure you read those contracts. Make sure you read the contract on what you signed yourself into. Because he could have sold his motherfucking life away. Or he could have sold his soul away. Because he didn't read it. And if he did read, like I said, if he did read it, he probably read a little bit of it, but he didn't read all of those papers that was on that, on the contract. That's what I'm saying. He was fucking stupid. He was a stupid sucker. I'm here to say he's feeling is here to say he's a stupid sucker. He needs to be in jail. Already on parole, all this shit, you still doing shit? Nigga, you don't need to be out. Pooh Shiesty do not need to be out. You that fucking slimy and stupid, dumb, pathetic like that. You don't need to be out. Mm-mm. No, and then I'm gonna tell you one thing. When he do get out in a few years or so, ain't nobody gonna wanna deal with him in that type of way. Ain't nobody gonna wanna give him no type of deal because they gonna be scared he gonna do some shit like that to them. Ain't nobody finna give him that type of chance. Cause they gonna be scared. They gonna be done the same fucking way, plotted on everything else and more, just to get out of a contract or something that he agreed to. That he agreed to. I wouldn't play with him like that. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as being, my artist, I wouldn't play. I wouldn't fuck around with him. But that's the type of motherfucker will get you killed. It, all because of something that he signed it. He agreed to it. Nobody agreed to that shit but him because his slimy ass wanted some money. Yeah, they ain't finna play with Pooh Shiesty, I promise you. They ain't finna play with him. I'm talking about he just got out. And you still on some fuck shit. You still on some fuck shit. You still on this broke nigga ass shit. That's what he on. He on some broke nigga ass shit. And if you do got a little money or whatever, you acting like a whole straight crash out dummy out here. All because something ain't going your way because of how you want it to go your way. But you damn sure know that when you sign a contract, it's a whole different level to that shit. It's a whole type of different level. Whole type of different level. And then your dad and he just ain't he don't give a fuck about you. You might well say shit. He just stole the keys to your ass. Oh yeah, these your keys to go to jail. Your jail keys, motherfucker. Cause we already know where we finna go. He should have said that. No, he should have said, son, don't do this. Don't do this to your career. You know where you came from. Don't do this to your career. Like it can really, you know what I'm saying? You could not be in this place no more. Like, like where you at. But no, we got these type of dads don't give a fuck. They ain't got no fucking mind either, like a young boy. It seemed like the daddy shit had a damn mind like a 16-year-old. And if he did, try to tell his son, not to do it or whatever, he's still a grown man. He got his own mind. And he probably won't still do it anyway. If his daddy wasn't involved in it with him, he was gonna do it anyway. So that's what he had plotted already. And he knew already that Gucci Mane wasn't gonna let him out. But still, I would have got down on my motherfucking knees and begged my son, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. It's not worth it. whatever that contract say, just do whatever it is to get yourself up out of, or buy yourself out of that shit. Fuck all these damn cars and whatever the fuck car he had. Fuck all that. Just give it sell it back off to the people that you bought it from. And shit, you need all that money to give to Gucci Mane so you can get up out this motherfucking contract. And if you need more shit, go sell some other shit. Go sell your damn go sell your damn love motherfucker so. Oh no shit. But they just some dumb shit though. That's some dumb shit. But on that note, you guys, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hit that notification bell so y'all can be notified every time your girl T Spilling is coming with a live or a video, you guys. I just give my input on what happened, what was going on, and things of that nature. And I'll see y'all on the next one, you guys. Y'all have a great, great day and a safe day.